Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. It is Vlogmas day 7. I think it's the 7th. Okay, today we are doing my yearly makeup empties. I am filming this a little bit early and I'm posting it a little bit early because I gotta get this shit out of my house, you guys. There are so many empties here and it's taking up a surprising amount of room. Like, I'm gonna go through the, they gotta go. They gotta go. This was the year of project panning for me. I did a lot of project pans. I got overwhelmed with project pans. I made some videos about that. I'll be linking some videos throughout this. But I ended up using quite a bit of makeup up this year because I had a lot that was like half used. I mean, I still have a lot that's half used, so we'll see how much I can hunker down next year. But there's a lot here. I went through an quite surprising amount of foundations, to be honest with you. And I feel like a lot of that was because I had so many that were half used and I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this up and use this up, and I kept putting them in project pans and now here we are. So I'm hoping, I literally just have like all of these bags near me. So I'm hoping to kind of go in order here. Wish me luck. I guess I should probably start with like primers, shouldn't I? And we're gonna go through these and we're gonna talk about them, and it's gonna be a fun time. Okay, so we're gonna start with face primers. I used up a few. Most of them are like little sample sizes. Like I used up 4 samples of the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This is the biggest one, and this one was, I think, half of an ounce. This is good. I have the full size of this, and I don't understand why I ended up with so many like samples throughout the years, but I used all of these up. It was a good primer. I have the full size. I'm happy with that. I used up a bunch of other little minis. I used up the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I liked this so much that I ended up purchasing the full size. So I just got that recently. Actually, this is phenomenal though. If you have not tried it, strongly recommend it. I used up the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer Blurring. This was a pretty good primer. I liked it. I have not purchased the full size. I don't know if I'm going to. I have a shit ton of primers. I honestly thought that I used up like an okay amount of primers, but so many of them are like little sample sizes, and I honestly thought I'd use up so many more primers, and I feel like that's going to be my focus for this upcoming year. But this was a good one. I used up the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This one I actually did really like. It was very thin. It's very like almost watery in consistency, but it goes on really nicely and it works with like a lot of different types of foundation, and I really liked this one. The Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later Mattifying Face Primer. This one was actually pretty decent too. This was like super mattifying. It reminded me a lot of the Benefit Professional. That's what I kept thinking of when I used this, but this one is cruelty free, so if you're looking for a cruelty free alternative to the Benefit Professional, you might want to look into that. And then the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Primer Plus. I lost the cap to this, so there's like nothing in it anymore, but like I totally lost the cap. This one was good. This is probably one of like the least exciting ones, but like it was good. I liked it. I haven't purchased the full size, but like maybe I would someday in the future. And I used up a couple full sizes. I'm throwing this in here because it's like one of the ways you can use it is as a primer. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is in the shade 2 Light. The writing has been written off of the whole packaging, and I've taken the stopper out. There's still like a little bit left in there, but there's not very much, so I called it empty. And it's very hard to like, I scooped out as much as I could, but because of how the bottle is, it's hard to like get that out, if that makes sense. So I called it empty. This is one of my favorite products ever though. Like, I strongly recommend this. This is what got me into Charlotte Tilbury. I have raved about this for so long. I freaking love this. I do plan on, I haven't repurchased it yet, but I definitely plan on repurchasing it someday because this just makes your skin look so pretty. It's one of my most regretful empties ever. The Touch in Soul Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. I'm pretty sure this is in like my 50 Shades of Pink project pan or something. I honestly don't remember. It's in some project pan, but I used up the whole thing. This was good. I got this from some subscription box and it was good. I liked it. I've got a bunch of different Touch in Soul primers and I've liked all of them so far, so it was good. I used up the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is a 1 fluid ounce size. This was in my 20 and 2020 project pan. This is phenomenal. I love this. I know a lot of people don't like primer waters because they don't think that they work. I really like them because it's so easy to use with literally anything, and you just, I don't have to get my hands messy or anything. It's fantastic, and this is my favorite. They've done a couple of different like types of primer water Smashbox has, and they've all been so good. This is, I love this one. And I've gone through several of these, so I don't know if that means anything, but it's there. And then the NYX Honey Do Me Up. This is in the Harry Potter Project pan. I hate this so very much. This is probably, no, this is definitely, looking at all the other primers that I finished, this is the primer that I disliked the most. I don't get the point of like the gold flecks in it. It's very hard to like scoop the product up. It gets very messy. It's a very stringy, sticky primer. And once you get to the very, very end there, it's very hard. Like the spatula doesn't reach all the way down. I didn't like it. And it's very expensive for what it is. And it's only, this is a full size and it's only 0.776 fluid ounces. And it's very expensive for what it is. I'm not a big fan. So this one I do not recommend at all. I would totally skip it. Foundations. Oh my god, I used up a lot of foundations. Now bear in mind, a lot of these, like when I started this, were half empty. So in the Harry Potter Project pan, I finished off the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination. This is in light medium. This is a little too dark for me, but this is my holy grail foundation. I freaking love these. I've repurchased this several times. I will always repurchase these. I don't know if I have a backup of this exact one, but I know that I've got other foundation by this brand. It's the CC cream though. That is my holy grail. I love this. If you have not tried it, just do yourself a favor and try it. It's not, don't think because it's a CC cream, it's like light coverage. Like this is full coverage shit. It's fantastic, but it makes your skin look really good. I finished up the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation in shade 1.0. This was a tad bit light for me, but this is like the second or third bottle that I've had of this, and I really like the foundation. Like it's a good foundation. So I'm sad to see it go, but I've had this for quite a while, and it needed to go. It was a good foundation though. Like this is nice because it's really lightweight, but it is really long lasting and long wearing, and I always have really good luck with it. I used up a couple of samples. I used up a mini Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator in 13N Fair Light Neutral. This was pretty good. I was actually relatively surprised by it. I also used up the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation in shade 0.3. This one I did purchase a full size of. This one I have not. I'm not the biggest fan of like tinted moisturizer products. I might purchase this in the future though because I did like this. But I liked both of these little sample guys. Those were nice. The Nude Sticks Tinted Cover Foundation. So this is a tinted, you know, the tinted foundation. This is a nude 2.5. This is a buildable coverage foundation, and this is not, it's not a full ounce. It's 0.84 fluid ounces. I picked this up like on sale at Ulta or something. Here's the thing. I purchased this year. I put it in like a weekly makeup basket or something, and I started to use it. And I used this entire thing up in less than a month. Like, between like building coverage and the fact that there's not a full ounce in this as it is, this went by so fast. And I don't know, like, I'm not gonna, I liked the foundation, but I cannot repurchase this for the sole point that it would be astronomically expensive to continue to buy it. So it didn't work out for me. I went through it too fast. I wasn't like crazy about how many, like, to get up to the coverage that I was looking for, and like, yeah, that's partially on me, but I didn't mesh well with it. I didn't. Like, it's great if you want like a lighter coverage type thing. I feel like it goes so fast. So that one I would not repurchase. I used up the Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. This was in Fair Light Neutral. This one I ended up, you know, taking the stopper out of and everything. I liked this foundation. I know a lot of people have had issues with it, but it worked well for me. It wasn't the greatest in the world, but I liked it enough, you know, and now I got this nice, pretty clear bottle, I guess. I liked it enough though. It was okay. It wasn't fantastic, but I didn't hate it, you know. I wasn't annoyed using it every day, even though I finished off the bottle. But I also wasn't like, I didn't wake up in the morning and was like, oh, I get to use the new Tarte foundation. You know what I mean? It was nice. It was okay. I used up 2 Laura Mercier foundations. I used up the Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation in Honey, and then the Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation in Cream. Those are 2 vastly different shades. And surprisingly, I always felt like this one was a little bit lighter in shade. I like both of these though, honestly. I think I preferred the Candle Glow one better because I like the finish of this one a little bit more, but both of these were so good. And I'm really surprised that I finished off 2 like very similar, like, you know, both of these this year, but I did. And I've had these for a while. I've been using them like on and off. And you know, it was time to finish them up. I'm really sad though. I really did like these. I probably will repurchase. I really did like the Flawless Lumiere one. They were both, see, they were both really good, but I prefer the candle glow. I don't know why, I just do. I like the luminous look. I like it was just prettier in my personal opinion. I probably will repurchase this at some point in the future. I don't know about this. If I can find the Flawless Lumiere on like a sale or something, I might pick it up. I'm not 100% sure, but I liked both of them. Finished off the Too Faced Do You in Swan. I really liked this foundation, so much in fact that when I heard that they were discontinuing it, I did purchase a new bottle. I don't remember if I got the same shade or not though, because Swan was like a teensy bit light for me. But I loved this. It lasted a long time. It has like a decent scent to it. Like it's definitely scented. It says infused with juicy watermelon and fresh cucumber. It smelled good, but it was hydrating, it was brightening, it had really good coverage actually. It was a Fresh Glow foundation. It does say full coverage, okay. But it had really good coverage. I really liked it. So I ended up picking up another one when I heard that they were discontinuing it. I also finished off the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation in Fair. This one, I'm so sad about. I love this so much. I have a different Charlotte Tilbury foundation, the one in like the glass bottle. Completely blanking on the name now, of course. I like that one more, but this was a really good one as well. This was more of like a tint. It was buildable, but it was definitely more on the sheerer side compared to the other foundation of hers that I have. But I really did like this one actually. Like it worked really well for me. It made my skin super bright, very luminous. It was beautiful. So I would repurchase this one, just not right now because my foundation drawer is filling up again. All right. This is the Flesh Beauty like firm stick, thick stick, foundation stick something. I don't know. This is in the shade Custard. This is the full size. This retails for like $18. Maybe more than that. I don't remember. I got it on sale. The writing is like all chipped up. I got it on sale. I ended up scraping out what I could of this last little bit. This was such a small amount of product. It was 0.16 ounces. This literally took me like 2 weeks to get through. And I wear a lot of makeup, but I'm cool with that. But it was so, there was like nothing in there. You know, I wouldn't repurchase it. It's just not worth it. There's so little product. And the weird part is that it started like, it was just, I don't know. I wasn't a fan. It started to cling to dry patches. It started to just get really weird the closer I got to the end. And it was new. Like I bought this year. So I wasn't a fan. I don't like it. No, thank you. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure this is the last foundation. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Natural Stick Foundation. Oh, it's the stick foundation in natural. I use this up. This is my second or third one of these. I have a few new foundation sticks actually. I don't think I have another one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I would totally repurchase it because I've repurchased this before. I like using this on days that I am in a hurry because I personally think it's much quicker to just slap on a foundation stick and buff it out than it is to do a liquid foundation, typically less mess too. And so I really like these for just days that I'm in a hurry and things like that. I just feel like you go through them a lot quicker than you do with liquid foundation, and for that reason, I always have a couple on hand, but I try to use them sparingly. So I would totally repurchase this though. This was a great one. This is my favorite stick foundation that I found. Although I did just get the Huda Beauty one, and I have not tried that one yet, so that might be changing. Let's talk about concealers. I used up 3 concealers. They were all full size though, so go me. I used up the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid in pink. I'm pretty sure this was for 50 Shades of Pink too. I'm not 100% positive though, I'll have to look. Took the stopper out and everything. Really scrubbed that little guy clean. I love these little color correcting fluids that Urban Decay has. They are lightweight. They're just really good at color correcting and they blend in super easily. So I've got a couple of other of these actually in different shades. I think the pink was my favorite, but I liked it. So the Catrice Camouflage Cream in Ivory. This one really surprised me, but I actually did really enjoy this. This worked out pretty well for me. It's very thick, so I don't really recommend it for like under the eyes. It's not going to work out how you think it's going to work out. It's really tacky though, so I like using this for like cut creases and things like that, but it was a good concealer and it's very affordable because this is, I believe a drugstore brand. I don't think it's an American brand though. No, it's a German brand, but at Ulta, super affordable. And then this one is a little bit different. I was trying to finish off the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair. I've got several of these. And I went to go take off the stopper, and like the little pieces of the stopper fell in there. And I don't want to use the rest of it because that just doesn't seem sanitary to me. So unfortunately, it's as empty as I can get it. And I was trying to get it emptier by taking that extra step. So I'm still counting it because, you know, some people wouldn't even take out the stopper. So I'm still counting it. But one of my all-time holy grail concealers. I've got a couple more of these. So actually, I think I'm almost out of my other one too, though. Face powder. I told you guys before, I go through face powder pretty quickly. So I ended up hitting pan on several this year, and I used up a few. I went through a lot of samples actually, because that was like a good goal. That was one of my goals that I had, was to use up some samples. I used up 3 of these little teensy tiny sample jars of the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in, yeah, they're all in translucent light. I used up 3 of those. It's a good powder. It was really great. Like, I actually kind of preferred this like little teensy tiny size, so that was pretty nice, but I liked these. I have not repurchased like a full size. Maybe someday in the future. I don't use like a whole lot of loose powder, which is ironic, but I much prefer pressed powder. I use loose powder sometimes when the situation calls for it, and I've got some to work through, which is why I have not repurchased that yet. Another sample, I used up the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. This one I did repurchase, and the full size, but it's so cute. And I will say, I did like this one a little bit more than the Cover FX one. This one is really good if you plan to bake. The Cover FX one was good for baking too, but I personally preferred that as like just a setting powder. The Flower by Beauty Bakery was really good for baking. So this is in translucent. I did purchase a full size of this. Yeah. I think this is the last the last sample, travel size, whatever. This is the Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Poreless Finish Airbrush Pressed Powder in translucent. I finished this up. This one was a pressed powder, obviously. I like this. I have several full sizes of this. They sent me some PR a while back, and I love them. But I've been using this powder for years, and it's a good powder. Speaking of it, cosmetics, the Celebration Foundation SPF 50+ in light. I used up a full one of these. I think I have a couple more of these. If not, I've used them up already. But I know I've got more like A Cosmetics pressed powders because I love them all. This is a powder foundation, so you've got some coverage there, which I really like, but all of their powders that I've used have been phenomenal. So I will always repurchase. I also used up 2 Wet n Wild Coverall pressed powders in Fair. I used up both of these. Is Wet n Wild still cruelty free, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. I used up 2 of them though. This is actually a really good powder. It's super affordable at the drugstore. It's cruelty free, I'm almost positive. I feel like they may have started selling in China, but I feel like they also had like a way around it so they were still cruelty free. I don't remember. I still have Wet n Wild products in my collection though, and if they weren't cruelty free, I wouldn't have those in my collection. Anyways, super affordable. It's a really good powder to have. And I liked this whole, like the entire Coverall line worked really well for me. So I really honestly can't complain about any of it because I really enjoyed everything. I also finished off the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. This came in a BoxyCharm at some point, and I loved it. It's that powder that like, it's a loose powder, but when you put it on, it almost has that cooling feeling to it. Oh my God, I loved this. This is the loose powder that got me back into loose powders as a whole. So I will always love this one. I have another Becca powder now, so I don't plan on repurchasing this anytime soon because I'm testing out other loose powders now, but this is phenomenal and I 100% will repurchase it in the future at some point in time. Also, Too Faced Peach Blur. This is the translucent smoothing finishing powder infused with peach and sweet fig cream. I'm pretty sure this was in 50 Shades of Pink too. I loved this. This was such a great powder. I don't remember if they've discontinued their peach collection because they discontinued a lot of shit this year. But if you can still get this, try it out. It's beautiful. The blurring really does, like, oh, this reminded me a lot of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, the ones that blur and like just kind of make everything all pretty. That's what this reminded me of, and it was fantastic. I loved it so much. I was really sad when this one was gone. Bronzers, blush, and highlight. I used up a couple of bronzers. I used up one full size. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies All Over Face Color in Bondi Bay. Honestly, I use this as like a cream contour. It was so good. I loved this so much, and it comes with like this little brush on the other end that's all gross that you can use to like buff it out. I really liked this though. I have not purchased another one because I don't use cream contour a whole lot. I much prefer powder contour, but holy this was it. This was so good. I freaking loved it. I also used up a couple of mini bronzers. The Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker Shady Biz. That one is gone. I loved this. I have a full size in a slightly different shade. I don't remember what shade I have. Oh, Into Sun is the one that I have the full size of. But this was really nice. I prefer the shade Into Sun for my skin tone, but this one was really good. The formula of these is great. And also the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous. I used this one up. This one was pretty good. Normally, you guys know I love Hourglass products. I would be raving about this. However, I also used up the Wander Beauty Trip to Costa Rye. This is another little mini bronzer, and honestly, this in a event we never saw coming. These were all Project Pan bronzers. In a twist we never saw coming, I much preferred the Wander Beauty over this. I don't know if it was because this had like shimmer in it or what, but this I liked a lot better than I liked the Hourglass one. I have no idea why. It blended a little bit easier. It looked nicer on my skin. I was able to use this as like a contour or a bronzer. This one didn't work the greatest as a contour, you know. It's just, it was good. It was good. I liked it. I used up a couple of blushes. I used up a mini Nude Sticks Nudies All Over Face Color in Poppy Girl. I used this as like a cream blush. This was beautiful. I liked it. The Nude Sticks products blend really well, I found. So I enjoyed that. I also, this one completely shattered. This was in some Project Pan. This is a Ciate London Pinch Me. It was like that one. It was like pink and yellow, kind of blended together. I don't remember what line this is from though. It was gorgeous, and it's very exciting to use up a blush, of course, even if it is just a little travel size sample. It's still very exciting. I liked this blush though. It was really pretty. It was like nice and light. It was really good for springtime, so I enjoyed that. I also used up a ColourPop Simply Sweet Super Shock Cheek. It was in the shade Simply Sweet. This was a collab with, I think it was part of the Biddy collab. This was in a Project Pan, and this was really nice up until like this little plastic part fell out, and then it started to get a little dry, but I still finished it up. So it was good though. I've purchased a few more of the Super Shock cheeks simply because I liked these so much. Like I liked the formula and everything so much. And highlights, I used up a couple. I go through highlights really quickly too. I used up two little Becca samples. These are both Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed. I used up an opal one, and I used up a Champagne Pop one. Oh, both of these shades were beautiful. I absolutely loved them. I've got several Becca highlights because they're also gorgeous. And yeah, I highly recommend these. These were great. These were so great. I used up some mini little liquid ones. The Marc Jacobs Dewdrops Coconut Gel Highlighter in Do You. This was really pretty actually. I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to like this. I have considered multiple times purchasing the full size. I haven't yet because my highlighter drawer is overfilling. This was really good. I liked it. I would repurchase in the future. The CoverFX Custom Enhancer Drops in Moonlight. This one was a mini. I used it up. It got really gross towards the end, and I had a bunch of these in the full sizes. I think I ended up decluttering them throughout the year. I don't love these. Like, you can mix these with other things. You can use them just as a plain highlight. I wasn't a big fan. Like, I don't know. It didn't excite me. I wasn't that into it. And then this is a mini The Balm Mary Luminizer. It's the Liquid Mary Luminizer, Liquid Highlight, and All Over Illuminator. Once again, took the stopper out. I've took the stopper out of the CoverFX one too. This one was good. I actually did really like this one. I have considered purchasing the full size. I'm just drowning in highlights, so I'd like to use up some of those before I purchase the full size, but this is definitely on my wish list. I also used up a Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Charming Pink. This one took a little bit, but I used it up. There is like a teensy, like there's still stuff. Do people take it out of like the bottom when it gets stuck in the waffle layout? Do people actually get it out of there? Because that seems like just a whole lot of work. This was really beautiful though. I liked it. I didn't love the baked aspect. It didn't do, like, it wasn't as vibrant as I would have preferred it to be, but I really liked the highlight in and of itself, so it was nice. I think I have a couple more of her little baked highlights. I'd use it again. Not my absolute favorite, but they're pretty. That was loud. And then finally, I actually used up a little duo. This is the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow, Mini Bronze and Glow. So this was a bronzer and a highlight. I used up both of these. I loved this. The Natasha Denona face palettes are some of my favorites. This one was so cute. And yeah, it was, well worth it. I have not purchased a backup because I have other Natasha Denona face palettes, and I think I might actually have like the full size of this, I think. But it's beautiful. It's so, I love these. I love these so much. Now let's talk about setting sprays. I used up a bunch of setting sprays, a bunch of minis too. So we'll start with the minis. I used up 2 of the Milani mini setting sprays. I have a mini Make It Last Matte, a mini Make It Last. I love these. If you are looking for like a drugstore setting spray, go with these. They're phenomenal. Very reminiscent to me of the Urban Decay All-Nighter setting sprays, and I loved this one so much that I purchased the XL size from Target. I haven't opened it yet, but oh my god, you guys. And then I also have another mini Make It Last from my Ipsy Glam Bag Ultimate, I think. Like, these are so good. I freaking love these. These are some of my absolute favorites. So yes, I would totally repurchase them. Obviously, I already have. They're great. I finished off a mini Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. This one was really good. I also purchased a full size of this. It was just, you know, it works. A mini Tarte Stay Spray Setting Spray. I purchased 2 of these in the full size. This one I actually did really like. And the packaging is really cute and it's nice. And it worked, you know, and that's the biggest thing for me. The Urban Decay All-Nighter Honey. This one is the 1 fluid ounce size. This came, I think, in like a collection that I purchased to get the honey palette, I think. And it was okay. I don't love like the different scents. Like, I like the All-Nighter formula. I feel like I could do without the scent though. Like, I love All-Nighter. I would repurchase that. I have several times over. I would not purchase this one though, because I like the regular one, or like that matte one they have. I don't need that. I also finished off 2 full sizes. The He Who Shall Not Be Named in collaboration with Morphe Set and Refresh Mist in Starberry. Honestly, I didn't like this one. The scent is really weird. It's like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it though. Like, have you guys tried this? Because this scent was not good. I do like the Set and Refresh Mist, the like continuous spray mist that Morphe has, and I have like 2 or 3 of those. This scent though was not. It wasn't for me. And then the Beauty Bakery Sweet Grace Baking Spray. Honestly, this one was okay. Once again, it had a little bit of a fragrance that I was not a fan of, so I wouldn't repurchase it. I love Beauty Bakery. It's a great brand, but I wouldn't repurchase the setting spray because I was not a big fan of that fragrance. I just found another of the Milani Make It Last mattes, so I finished off 3 of those this year, yes. Yeah, so. Let's talk about eyes. I'm gonna start with eyeliner because why not? I used up a lot of eyeliner. A lot of it. I used up, this was the most random thing ever. I used up 3 of these. These are the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liners. I have 2 of them in the CRSSD shade, which is that yellow shade, and then I've got one in UNYZ. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. Oh, and then I also did the one in DTLA. This was in the Harry Potter project pan. So I finished off 4 of these like colored liners, which I'm pretty proud of myself for that one, if we're being honest with each other. And they were okay. My feelings on those liners have been torn for so long because they're good, but I have found that they break off really easily. I recently learned that it's not necessarily like they're breaking off really easily. It's when they get older, obviously, the formula becomes a little bit more fragile. And so if you use them when they're new, they work a lot better. So I recommend them if you use them when they're new. I used up some liquid liners. I used up a mini like I Do liquid liner. That's where I draw the line. I've used several of these over the years. I freaking love this. Introduced me by Birchbox. Such a good eyeliner brand. It's great. I will definitely repurchase that in the future. I think I have a couple left though. The Essence Super Fine Eyeliner Pen in deep black. I purchased this to try out in a video at some point. I freaking loved it. It's such a, this is one of the best liquid eyeliners I've ever tried. And it's by Essence, so it's super affordable. You can get it at Ulta. I highly, highly recommend this. I love this. I literally used this and nothing but this until it was dried out. It was so good. The Tarte Sex Kitten liquid eyeliner. I have several of these. I really like this eyeliner too. It's so cute. works well. I love the brush on this one because it's like super thin. It's great. Yeah, I recommend this one too. I used up this is the Too Faced, like that Perfect Eyes one. It's not completely used up. Like there's still a little bit of liner there, but it got to the point where it wouldn't fit in my sharpener anymore, so I called it quits. This one was good though. I liked it. I used it because it was starting to get a little old, and it worked well for me. So I used up one of the Tarte Maneater self-sharpening eyeliners. I've talked about these. Oh, I have so many of these because this is such a good eyeliner. I freaking love it. And I love the fact that it's self-sharpening because I hate sharpening eyeliners, but this one it's good. I also, this was a surprise, used up a CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus in charcoal. It's like this like gray shade. I honestly don't remember this because I feel like this is like, I used it very early in the beginning of the year. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of like the super, like the perfect point ones because they typically are very small and that kind of bugs me. I'm not planning to repurchase it, but I also don't remember it. Brows, I used up quite a few brow products. I used up a tiny Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. If you've had this little teensy tiny sample before, you know you get like maybe 3 days worth of brows out of this. It's so tiny. So I use that up. I love the Anastasia Brow Wiz though. This is my favorite brow pencil of all time. And I have repurchased it, yes. This is the Urban Decay Brow Endowed. This is like a little sample of it. So there's a primer on one side and then color on the other. This like just started to dry up and it was gross. This was not my shade either. I really like the newer brow products that Urban Decay has put out, but this was not it. I was not a fan of that one. I used up several brow pencils. Okay. I used up the Balm Ferocious Brow Pencil in dark brown. This one was pretty good. I liked this one. I would probably repurchase this. It worked well. I liked it. I don't have any complaints about that. I used up an Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. So yeah. The NYX Professional Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. I liked this one too. This one's pretty affordable. This is what I have found to be like the closest dupe for the ABH Brow Wiz. This was pretty good. I don't think I've repurchased it yet though. Wander Beauty Frame Your Face Micro Brow Pencil in dark brown. I really liked this one as well. I really liked all of these actually. And then the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil was also really good. So honestly, like any of these, they all work. I used up, this is the only eyeshadow primer that I used up. It's a mini of the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Original. It's the 0.06 fluid ounce size. And I like this. I've repurchased it multiple times throughout the years. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. I'd repurchase it again once I use up the ones that I have. I used up the Thrive Brilliant Eye Brightener in Stella. I love this. I have another one of these in a different shade. This was like my second or third one of these. Really good for highlighting brow bone, inner corner, whatever you need it for. It's gorgeous. So yes, I would definitely repurchase this. I also used up a Milani Hypnotic Lights Holographic Eye Topper in Luminous Light. This was okay. I took the stopper out. This is probably like one of my cleanest empties that I've ever had. I took the stopper out. I scraped this shit out. It was really, really beautiful on the eyes. So of course I really liked that. And then I also used the ColourPop, this is from the Biddy collection. This is the Super Shock Tie-Dye Shadow in Gumball. Used that whole sucker up. I'm pretty sure I used up a couple of other Super Shock shadows too. But I ended up decluttering most of them. This is a good formula. I had so many. They were kind of a pain to store and you can't depot these, and I was just tired of having like a shit ton of singles everywhere. So I did end up decluttering most of mine, but they were a really good formula. They just dry out pretty quickly and you have to make sure you use them before they dry out. I used up some lashes. The Eyelure London Jasmine Brown. Okay. The Kiss Magnetic Lashes. These actually worked pretty well. I was surprised at how much I like the magnetic lashes. House of Lashes Serene Light, Kiss Magnetic Lashes, and then the Kiss Magnetic Lashes with the liner included. So, I like the magnetic lashes. I'm still playing around trying to figure out exactly how to get lashes to stick. I know like the tips and tricks, it's just at this point a learning curve, but I used these up this year. Hopefully next year I'll have more. And we shall see. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in Metalhead. This was part of the Harry Potter Project Pan. took the stopper out. It was great. I really do like these. They've become increasingly more difficult to work with over the years though. And at this point in my life, I feel like there's better glitters out there. So I liked it. I probably won't repurchase these anymore though. I found another eyeliner. It's another ColourPop. I don't remember what shade this is. It's the bright ass pink one, but all of the lettering has rubbed off. So it's, but I used it up. Moving on to lips. I used up a few lip scrubs. I used up 2 Sarah Happ lip scrubs. The lip scrub in coconut, the lip scrub in pink peppermint. These are phenomenal. They are pricier, but they're really good scrubs. So I still have a couple. Oh, I still have a couple lip scrubs by her. I'm definitely going to use them up because they are so good. I also used up the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Lip Scrub. This was the limited edition in Pecker Up. This one was really good. It smells like watermelon. So I enjoyed that as well. And then I used up the Fizz and Bubble. This is the Blueberry Lip Scrub. The sticker thing really came off through this, but this one was huge. This had so much product. This is the same size as like the Lush lip scrubs, which I'm using a Lush one now. I loved this one too. I had started to use up a couple of different ones throughout the year, and when one of them started causing a lot of issues for my lips, so I stopped using it and I ended up, I think, tossing it because it was like all nasty. But I'm really surprised, honestly, that it takes me so long to go through. Like, I only used up 4 lip scrubs entirely this year, and I'm really surprised by that because I use lip scrubs like 3 times a week. So that was interesting. I also used up a bunch of like lip balm type products. I used up a mini, this is the Bite Agave something. And I used this up. This was nice. It was a little thick. It didn't moisturize, like, it was like on the drier side. I didn't love it, but I have a full size. So I'm hoping the full size might work a little bit better. I used up a couple of lip oils. This is a mini TPSY Lip Crush lip oil. This was from Ipsy. This was really good, actually. I really liked this one. It gave like a nice little glow on your lips, and I really enjoyed it. I took the stopper out and everything. It was great. This is the Rodial Dragon's Blood XXL Lip Plumper. I don't like these clicky things. They always get stuck for me. This is like super expensive, and I wouldn't repurchase it. It's not worth it to me. I don't like it. I used up, this was also from Ipsy. This is the Heart. This was like that mermaid tinted lip balm. I ended up digging some of this out, actually. I really liked this. This worked really well. I'm not the biggest fan of tinted lip balms. I keep saying that, but I keep using them, so maybe I am. I don't know. It was nice though. I liked it. It was really moisturizing and great for like the beginning of my makeup routine. I used up the I Do Care Glow Easy Nourishing Vitamin C Lip Oil. I loved this. Oh my god. The packaging is made to where it's like an ombre effect, so it was totally trippy when I had finished using it up. I did take out the stopper though, and I scraped everything out of there, and it was so good. I will definitely repurchase this in the future. I love the I Do Care brand. I finished up the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask in Lavender. This is the old formula. This is like a little mini. This took me so long to use, but I love these, so I've already repurchased. I already have a few more in backup. I think most of the ones that I have now are like the new formula though. I used up both of these. The Skin Fix Natural Pumpkin Cheesecake Lip Repair Balm. These are okay. They're not as long lasting as I would like them to be, but I really like the sense of them. So would I repurchase? Maybe at some point in the future, if I can find a good sale on them, I guess. And then the Dr. Pawpaw Original Balm. This is the multi-purpose soothing balm, 100%. This is good. It's so good. I would definitely repurchase this. It's great. And then I also used up, this is the QMS Meta Cosmetics Lip Line Corrector. This is like $280. I got this in, I think, a BoxyCharm. I would never pay that much for it, and honestly, so there was, when it first came out, people were talking about it, and everybody was like sharing, you know, like it's a lip serum. It says it's a lip serum. So I was wearing it as like a lip balm or whatever, and then like literally the day before I finished the bottle, someone online had posted about how it's supposed to be for like your lip lines, like around your mouth, and it's supposed to go around your mouth and on your lips. That was never confirmed for me because I was just like, oh my god. So it's very possible I wasn't using it the right way, but it was okay. Definitely nowhere close to being worth $280. Like, that's a way overinflated price, but it was cool to be able to try it, I guess. I used up some lip liners. Look at these. Look at how tiny these little guys are. This one is the Bite Beauty lip liner in something. I liked it because I like Bite Beauty. I don't remember what shade it was though. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Liner in Manic. This one I tried to sharpen and what was left of the tip like just fell out. But I liked this one too because I really like the Urban Decay 24/7 Lip Liner line. So it worked okay. You know, it worked out good. I used up 2 retractable ones as well. This is the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in Bear to Comment. This one was so pretty. I loved it. And this formula for these are fantastic. So highly, strongly recommend those. I also used up the Sephora Retractable Lip Liner Waterproof in Naked. I no longer support Sephora or shop at Sephora, so I don't recommend these, but it was a good lip liner while I had it. And I no longer have any Sephora products in my collection. And then I used up a couple of like mini lipsticks. This is the Beauty Bakery like Cake Pop one in Funnel Cake. I used up a couple of these. I don't know where the rest of them went, but we'll go ahead and just talk about this one. These were good. This is the full size of these lipsticks from Beauty Bakery though, and I don't like that. So I wouldn't repurchase because I think I'll stick with my full size lipsticks. Having said that, this is a Mademoiselle Plush Matte Lipstick in Thick from Fenty Beauty. This one, my daughter got a hold of like right as I was towards the end there, so it's a little jacked up, but beautiful. I loved it. This was all of the Fenty like lip products that I've tried, I've absolutely loved, and that is no exception. I used up a couple of lip pencils. This one is a Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Glace. I have so many of these. This is a little mini one. It's a beautiful shade, but I'm like drowning in this shade, and I'm so excited to have finally like used one up. I won't be repurchasing this shade though, but I have a ton of these and the formula is great. Then we have, this is a Nude Sticks matte lip color in something, I don't remember what the shade was. I think it was Saint. I don't know, it was beautiful. I loved it. I love these little lip and cheek pencils that Nude Sticks does, so it was nice. I used up, this is the Grande Lips like lip plumper. The label got all like scrubbed off, and I ended up taking the stopper out, and it was clear originally, and now it is the shade of the lip product that I was wearing when I was putting this on top of it. I just used this like a clear coat, and I liked it. It was really nice. I've got a couple more of these. I might have a full size now, I don't remember, but I liked this one. It was great. And then I also finished off a Lime Crime Plushies in Turkish Delight. Oh my god, this shade I freaking loved. It was such a beautiful shade. I ended up taking the stopper out, and I seriously like, I love this. If I didn't already have so many other shades, I would probably end up picking up a new one of these. I really liked the formula of this. It did feather a little bit, but all in all, like it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. I really did. The only other thing we're going to talk about today during the makeup aspect of my yearly empties are some perfumes. I've got some perfumes that I finished up, and they didn't really go into skincare very well, and the skincare video is like going to be 8 times longer than this one. So we're going to talk about some perfumes. This year, I finished off a bunch of like these like, I didn't finish off any like full-size perfumes, which makes me sad. But I finished off the Juliette Has a Gun. Anything by Juliette Has a Gun. I love them all. They're so good. If you have not smelled anything by this brand, they're pretty pricey, but they have some of the most beautiful scents. I finished off a clean Cool Cotton and Grapefruit. These are okay. They're very like light, airy, fresh scents. Really good for layering. I have a couple like full sizes of the clean fragrances. They're good. They're good. There's a lot of other fragrances that I like a lot better, but they're pretty good. I finished off an Eau de Juice Pure Sugar little guy. I loved this so much. I bought the full size. This is my favorite perfume brand ever. So yeah, I'm all for this one. And they're cruelty free. I also used up another Juliette Has a Gun, not a perfume. This is what Juliette Has a Gun is known for, is the not a perfume. I need to buy a full size of this because I don't. All I had were these little vials, and I ended up giving one to a friend of mine at one point in the past, and she loved it so much. She was like, do you have any more of that? And I was like, no, I don't. It's so good though. And like, I need to buy a full size of this because it is so good. I finished off a Glow Hill Soft Perfume Brush Peony and Blush Sweet Edition. Okay, so this, it's like it's the clicker and then you click it out and the perfume comes out on the brush and you like brush. Oh, it's a cute concept. This is K-Beauty. As far as I know, this brand is cruelty free. I could be wrong, but from what I was able to find, they are. But it's a cute concept. It smells so good. But I don't know, it's just, why not just use a roller ball, you know? Like the brush hat, I don't know. I wouldn't repurchase this one. And then Catherine Malandrino Dream. This came in an Ipsy bag. I've gotten a couple of these in Ipsy bags before. This one is the Dream Scent. I'm actually using another one like right now. This one I really liked because it smells like a perfume I used to wear when I was younger, when I was like a teenager. But I've liked most of the perfumes that I've gotten from this brand, and I have no idea like what, I've never heard of this brand. I've never heard of Catherine Malandrino before, which I'm not super concerned about, but it would be nice to like be able to buy the full sizes, you know what I mean? So if you know, let me know down below because it smells good. And as far as I can see online, they are cruelty free, which is, you know, obviously important to me. But I used up like a bunch of like weird like sizes of perfumes and yet no full sizes. And literally the perfume that I have been wearing for the past week or so has been a different Catherine Malandrino, but like this same size. It's like a different scent though. And I am just like, I'm almost done with that one. And then what? Like, I really need to start wearing like full sizes. Okay, you guys, those are my makeup empties for the year. Now, obviously there is still a little bit of time left in the year. If I use up any other makeup, maybe I'll save it for next year. I don't know. Like, let me know down below in the comments how you guys want me to do these empties next year, because I really don't want to hold on to like all these products again. And I think I'm just going to do like quarterly empties, you know, and then I can maybe talk about like body care or hair care or things like that. I don't know, but I really don't want to do this again. I don't want to do like yearly empties because it's so much to hang on to, and this is such a long video, and this is like a quarter of what my skincare empties are. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, please. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of me and my upcoming skincare empties. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to recycle all of this stuff now. So thank you so much for joining me today. I will catch you guys next time.